Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Risa Aprilia. As you can see on my slide, so today I'm going to share about some kind of professions for an IT graduates. So, as we know, an IT graduate is always related with a job as a programmer. But actually, in this modern era, an IT graduate has a lot of opportunities in other work fields and do not have to always create coding. Although coding skills can be say as a soul of an IT professionals, but in the fact, an IT graduate can pursue various of professions. So, in these presentations, we will talking about five alternative professions for an IT graduates. First, we will talking about business analyst. Second, we will talking about data analyst. Third, we will talking about graphic designer. Fourth, we will talking about technical writer. And the last, we will talking about UI designer. So, let's start from the first alternative professions, which is business analyst. As you can see on my slide, business analyst is a person who analyzes
an organization or business domain, real or hypothetical, and document its business, processes, or system, assessing the business model or its integrations with technology.
As we can see, right now, the development of technology is very high. And one impact of this development of technology that very felt by the community is the number of new startups that are very sprung up. Actually, these conditions can become our big opportunity to be one of the business analyzer. Actually, the job of business analyst is just to analyze the target market for the right product and also to analyze how to do the right marketing. Okay, second, we move on to the second alternative professions, which is data analyst. A little bit different with a business analyst, the data analyst
will take the data and figure out a variety of things such as how to price new material, how to reduce transportation costs, or how to deal with issues that cost the company money. Data analysts typically use a computer system and calculations applications to figure out their numbers.
As we know, to develop their business, of course, the company requires to process data to the informations. And this activity is called as data analysis, which the job of data analysis is produce data that is easy to understand and can be a solutions to solve the company's problem. And in this all digital era, as today many companies switching to the online system. And this chance allowing us as an IT graduates to become a data analyst, to become data analyst armed with our IT skills. Next we will talking about third alternative professions, which is graphic designer. So, as on a slide, graphic
designer create visual concepts using computer software or by hand to communicate ideas that inspire, inform, and captivate consumers. They develop the overall layout and productions design for applications such as advertisement, brochures, magazine, and report.
Actually, this kind of professions is really suitable for you guys if you have a high sense of art, because you can take this advantage of this ability by pursuing profession as a graphic designer. The opportunity to become a designer is also a very high, considering that right now many companies have sprung up and they all need various design that you can create by your hand or by your skills with combined with your IT skills and your hobby to design and art. So if you think that you guys have high sense of art, this kind of profession is really suitable for you. So you should prepare yourself for your future to become graphic designer. Now, let's move on to the fourth alternative professions for an IT graduates, which is technical writer. Okay, as you can read on my slide, a technical writer
creates documents imply technical documents that are easy to understand. They write instructions, manuals, guides, journal, articles, or other kinds of supporting documentations. Technical writers often work for business organizing, creating, and distributing technical documents.
In the professions before, which is as graphic designer, is really suitable for the person who have a high sense of art. But in this kind of profession, which is technical writer, is really suitable for you if you have a hobby of writing. So if you guys think that you have an ability in IT, and also you have a hobby of writing, this profession is really suitable for you. You can combine your skills as a programmer and also your hobby of writing to become this technical writer, because the technical writer is the professions that combines these two kind of skills. The main task of the technical writer is to document IT product in the form of written content. Usually, you are also assigned to create a user guide and written FAQ or frequently asked questions. So
later on, if we have already graduated and you think that I have hobby of writing, but I'm as IT graduates, so my hobby will not useful for my future. It's a big fault. It's wrong because you can improve. You can still use your hobby. You can still bring your hobby of writing to become technical writer. So tell me more.
Okay, now lastly, I would like to talk about UI designer. No, here, UI designer. So, the job of UI
designer is to design all the screens through which a user will move and to create the visual elements and the interactive properties that facilitate this movement.
This kind of professions that we call as UI designer is one of another alternative professions that we can work on as a programmer. The main task or the main job of the UI designer is to design on a page, to make a design on a page and the interactions of all elements contained in computer programs or software. And also, the high sense of art is also needed for these professions so that the resulting of design is more attractive and doesn't seem bored. Okay, so if you have a high sense of art, you have two big chance. First, you can become a UI designer, or you can become graphic designer, or maybe you can become another professions that need a person who have big sense, who have high sense of art. Okay guys, those 5 alternative professions that I have explained to you before is only some of many other professions that related to IT. So actually, we doesn't have to be afraid, or we doesn't have to be worried about our future career if we prepare it from now. So maybe if you want to become a graphic designer, you should prepare your design skill, you should prepare your IT skills, so that if the day comes we are already graduates, you will not confuse anymore where you want to continue your career. Okay guys, maybe this is time for me to finish my presentations, but before that, let me giving a simple conclusions, or maybe you can take it for motivations. Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities in work field, as what I have told you before, that provided for IT graduates, but it based on us how we prepare ourselves to be the one of them. In this digital era, everything using technology, and the IT graduates or IT professionals is really needed in many company. So this is the big chance for us. But if we don't prepare ourselves, we just spend our time with unuseful things, this chance is useless. It's only a useless thing. Or maybe we cannot take it as ourselves. We cannot become one of the success person, the success IT person. So the point is, prepare yourself from now and be the one of the success IT person or success IT professional. Okay, maybe that's all. Thank you for your attentions, and if you have any questions, you can ask me, or you can keep it by yourself first, because I don't know this video will choose by Mr. Benny or not. So if my
Video will choose by Mr. Benny, you can ask to me in the chance that Mr. Benny has given to us. If my video not choose by Mr.
Benny, you can ask directly to me. Okay, thank you for your attention. Lastly, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.